What's up, everybody? Welcome to Make Things Tiny. My name is Mick, and today I'm talking to Brooke. Brooke's family owns The Waters, which is a tiny house community for the 55 plus community. It's based outside of Dallas. Brooke's going to talk a little bit about the community, the things that they offer, the lot rent. They're going to talk about sort of the process for joining the community as well too. So it's a great video for those of you who are in the 55 plus community, or you know someone, maybe it's a family member or a friend, and you're looking for a place to put your tiny house. So I'm excited for you guys to learn more about this community, and there'll be a tour at the end of the video too. So make sure that you watch all the way to the end so that you can see what the community and the homes look like as well. Before getting into this conversation with Brooke, I just want to take a second and ask those of you who are new to the channel to subscribe. It helps me out a ton. If you tap the notification bell, it lets you know when I drop new videos. I drop new videos every single week. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. You can also join the Think Tiny crew as well by tapping the join button, or just do a super thanks. All right, so let's get into it. Let's talk about this 55 plus tiny house community outside of Dallas. All right, I'm here today with Brooke. Brooke, thank you so much for being on the channel with the Waters 55 plus tiny house community in Texas. So I'm super excited for people just to learn more about you and hear about what you all are doing. If you don't mind just talking a little bit about sort of your background and what got you interested in tiny homes, and we can just start from there.
Okay, well, so my family actually owns the Waters. My dad built it, and it's actually our third community. He started in 1994 with his first community, which is manufactured homes.
Okay.
So we still own that community. And then in 2004, he added another community, which is called the Shores, and it is also a 55 and over community and it's manufactured homes.
Oh, okay.
It's on the side. It's on the side of a lake, so it has shoreline, lake views, and those two communities stay full all the time. And he does a really good job of keeping all his communities always looking beautiful and maintaining them, maintaining the roads, and the landscaping, and having, good managers to, and we have managers on site in all of our communities. So that's really nice too, because there's always someone there.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
And then I just actually moved back to the area. My husband just retired from 27 years in the Navy. And so he promised that he would bring me home. So after living all over the country, we got back to Texas, and we are empty nesters. So we have a son at the Naval Academy. We have a daughter that just graduated from Rice. And then our oldest daughter graduated from University of Florida, and she's living her best life in the Netherlands. So we are kind of an international family, but excited to be back in Texas and kind of entering into the family business. So I do all the social media and communications for the Waters.
Okay. That's great. That's really exciting. It's a cool transition to sort of be in. So that's really great that you're able to move back home and spend more time with your family. When did the Waters open?
So he actually started the Waters during the pandemic, and then we got occupancy in November of 2022 is when we started. So we have 115 lots, and right now we have 50 homes. So we still have 65 homes available, or 65 lots available, that we're looking for new residents.
That's great. That's cool. It's a really big size community, over 100 spaces, and it's really great that you still have some spaces left. So it's great that you filled up a good amount of them too.
Yes.
Do you know, what was the inspiration for this village in terms of making it 55 plus?
He really kind of had this, I don't know, passion or desire to make a community that would help people retire when they wanted to retire, because it's hard for people to retire now.
Sure.
And so a lot of our residents, they're selling their big homes, and then they're paying cash for their tiny homes, and they still have hundreds of thousands of dollars left to live on. Then they can travel, they can go see their grandkids, they can, pursue other hobbies and interests, and they don't have the worry of a big house and maintenance and, everything it costs to maintain a big home. And here I don't know if you've heard the term lock and leave. We kind of call ourselves a lock and leave community. We are gated, and then we also like mow your yard and take care of everything. We have the on-site manager. So if you're wanting to travel or kind of be a snowbird, then your home is protected and safe, and we take care of everything while you're away.
No, it's great. I've never heard of that term, lock and leave, but I like it. It's catchy.
Yeah, it
I
is.
think that's kind of ideal for people too, to, have a sense of security in where they're living. I don't know if every tiny house community is gated, so I think that seems to be like a newer feature that's kind of happening probably over the past few years, where there's more gated communities and that sort of thing. But I'm sure that helps people feel more secure.
I think, and you know how tiny homes were like a new, we're new, so people are interested and they're curious about what tiny home communities look like. So one of the reasons we're gated is so we just don't have people driving through all the time. For them to come see and get a tour, they have to stop at our office, and and then we know we don't have just random people driving through our community, which is good.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And yeah, I feel like the industry is definitely shifting, because the tiny homes themselves aren't a new concept, but the way that things are sort of being put out now is very different. Like they're more expensive. There's more communities. They're gated, so it is sort of shifting people's view of what a tiny house is compared to maybe people's thoughts of what it was like 10 or 15 years ago. So I could see where people would be sort of curious to want to know why there's like a gated community of tiny house homes, like just like in the middle of the area that you're in. But
Right.
It's good that you're getting the attention. It's good that people are interested in it, so I think that, it's great to see that sort of interest growing.
Yes, and we have our community set up where it looks more like a neighborhood. The lots are like spaced well, and all the homes, look like little cottages, and they have neat little front porches and back porches. They all have UPS and FedEx service to their door, which is nice. They all have their own trash cans, so they don't have to, take their trash to a dumpster, which is, it's nice where you feel like you're living in a neighborhood, community. And that's one thing we've really strived to do, is keep it where you feel like you're just in a little neighborhood.
Yeah, that's the sense I get from looking at your website, looking at pictures and things like that too. So for someone who's interested in joining the waters and living in the community, either while they're watching this video, what's the sort of the process for them to sign up and be involved in the community, and how much they have to pay?
Okay, so first, just come on out and we'll give you a tour. Rhonda and Jesse are both in the office daily, and we're closed Sundays and Mondays, but we're open the rest of the week, 10 to 5. And once you come and have a tour and you decide on a lot, so our lots start at $600 a month, and they go up to $775. So if you're on a $600 budget, then you can look at the lots that are $600. And then if you're wanting like one of our water view lots, or a lot that's a little bigger, then those can go up to $775. And there is a little range in between, just depending on where your lot is. And then, so you decide on your lot where you would like it to be, and then you just tell us. There's no deposit required. And at the beginning of the next month, you pay $400 a month until your home gets delivered. So then after your home is delivered and set up, then the next month you would start paying your normal rent.
Okay.
We also have no HOA fees. There's no homeowners association fees. So all the use of the amenities is included in your rent.
Okay.
And we don't hold your money as a deposit. You just, you put in an application, and we do a background check as part of the application process. And once that's approved and you pick out your home, we work with lots of retailers in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And so we have a really good relationship with them to get the homes out here and installed properly. And then where our community does require you have skirting on your tiny home and stairs. So that's part of our requirements of living here. And then your tiny home also has to be approved. So some people, we don't allow like tiny homes that are built in someone's driveway. We don't, they're by approval. So if they're not with one of our retailers we work with, then you have to have it approved by management, because we want to keep our community looking like a neighborhood and where all the houses, look good. And most of our homes are brand new homes that people go, they pick out everything, they design their homes, they decide, what finishings they want on the inside. And then, with back porches and front porches and then you have, your perfect home sweet home that you picked and you designed in a great location.
Okay, cool. The lot rent is really reasonable. I think the lot rent's really reasonable. So the 600 to 750, I think, or 775, I think you said the range. Does that cover like utilities and water and all of that too, or is it just the physical space to put your tiny house?
So it includes trash and sewer, and then the lawn maintenance. So you won't need to buy a lawnmower. And then we believe you getting to choose your electricity and your water, how much you spend monthly. Then you can just pay for what you use as far as your electric, water, and internet. So then that gives you the choice.
Okay, that's not too bad. It's still more along the reasonable end in terms of pricing, because I know in general it does seem like the pricing for tiny house communities is going up too. That's things that some people have mentioned that. So I think 600 is a good starting point for people. So I think that's a good one.
Yes.
What are all the different types of amenities you offer? Because you mentioned that there's no HOA fees, so like it's your like lawn care and maintenance is included. But what are the sorts of amenities can people access while they're living in the community?
Good. That's a good question. So I'm actually in our clubhouse right now, and our clubhouse has laundry facilities.
Okay.
And then it also has a TV, 2 tables. So if you're wanting to have a birthday party or a baby shower or just a little more space, then you can use our clubhouse. Just have to tell our manager and she'll reserve it. We also have laundry facilities here. So when you want to just get all your laundry done or not have to, use the laundry in your home, you're washing something bigger, then come down. You can put your laundry in, watch TV while you're getting your laundry done. And then also surrounding our clubhouse, we have a pergola with a cooking area and table. So you can go grill out. And then on the back deck, right this way, we have a patio overlooking our lake with seating. So you can sit out and read and look at the lake. Right out behind us, we have 2 dog parks. We have a small dog park and a large dog park. And in both of those dog parks are seating. So you can sit and let your dogs play. I know some of our residents bring their dogs down together so their dogs can play together. And then I mentioned the water view. So we have a small lake that is a 1/4 mile around. And around that lake is a walking trail. So you can walk the lake, walk around, walk your dog. And then we have lots around it. So you would have a nice view. It's our community is very pastoral. We're out in the country. So even if you're on one of the lots, not on the lake, there's nobody behind you. There's no houses. There's no big fences. You're just looking at fields, rolling fields. And it's very quiet out here, which is really nice. So you can use the dog parks, you can walk around the lake. There's a bridge on one end, and we also have a fishing pier. So you can relax on the pier, you can catch fish. And we do catch and release, so there's always fish to catch. I know one weekend, our manager's grandson, they caught like 32 fish. And so it's really fun. And mentioning kids, we do, love having grandkids and friends out here. And it's good. It's a good place for families, to come and visit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have a community garden.
Okay.
And so you can plant flowers or vegetables in our garden, which is it's nice. So for people who want a little more space and still want to, do their hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. I think that's all of our amenities right now. We try to add things as we see a need. So that's kind of what our community garden came from. And then always trying to keep up the amenities we have. So they always look, beautiful and well taken care of.
No, it sounds like a lot of amenities, a lot of ways for people to relax and spend time with their families, and also just make connections within the community. I think the lake feature, that's really cool.
Yes.
And the walking trail is really nice. Like, people can get out in nature, and so there's a lot of really cool selling points. I think that's really great that you're able to sort of create that, neighborhood feeling.
Thank
What
you.
advice would you give to someone who is watching this video today and they're thinking, okay, I want to do this. I would love to live in a tiny house community, but they're not really sure what sorts of questions they should be thinking about, or maybe even what sorts of questions to ask you if they do reach out. Like, what would you say to that person?
Well, I would say first, you need to just go to tiny homes, go to the retailers, go through tiny homes, sit on the couch and, spend some time in there. I know we have a couple of people who have actually just gone and found a tiny home Airbnb and tried to, stay in a tiny home and see how they feel. And once you find your tiny home, the next is just the process of selling your home, downsizing, figuring out, how the best way for you to go tiny. And then once you, find your home, you need to find a lot. So you come here and you pick out your lot. And, if you're on the lake, you probably want a back porch so you can face the water. And, you just, design your tiny home. And that's one of the great things about tiny homes is that you can have a home that you design that's totally affordable, to live in. They're energy efficient, and, you'll be here with the community and, just start living your best life.
I think that's good advice. I think that especially the staying in one, because there are more tiny house Airbnbs like sort of popping up all over the country. So there are more opportunities for people now to go and just spend a night. Even if you can only afford to stay for like one night, I think one night in a tiny house will still give you a good idea about whether or not you're ready to move in and stay in one long term. So I think that's a really good piece of advice for people too.
Yes. And so people call all the time and ask if we rent lots or we have Airbnbs. And so I wanted just to mention that all of our residents are homeowners. So we don't rent any lots. We don't allow Airbnbs. And our residents, which are homeowners, they take really good care of their homes and their property. And it just helps, raise the value of your tiny home.
No, I think that makes sense too. And I can see the argument for not wanting to put a short-term rental in a tiny house community too, from the owner's standpoint. So I think that, because it can change the way that it feels, and not everyone wants to live next to an Airbnb. So I think that makes sense that it's just people that own the homes that live there in their own in their own space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Brooke. I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. I think that anyone watching is going to get a lot out of this. I'm always, excited when I find another community to, so it's great. So people will be able to reach out to you. Your contact information will be in the video description. So hopefully they reach out and ask questions and get connected with you.
Yes. Great. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course.
This is the Athens Park Southern and Chic model. Look, full couch. Your living room is right as you walk in. Built-ins around the TV. Stairs up to your generous loft. The kitchen is in the middle. Your little eating area. Your farmhouse sink again. Plenty of storage. Your full-size appliances. Go through your bathroom. Plenty of space. You have a butler's pantry here across from your washer and dryer. And then you have your bedroom with a porch on the back for your views. Then you have your 2 closets and dresser in the bathroom.
All right, that was my conversation with Brooke. I appreciate Brooke taking the time to talk to us a little bit about their community, what they offer. They've got a clubhouse, they've got tons of amenities. They're on a lake. That's a really cool feature with the walking trails and the dog park. So make sure you reach out to Brooke and find out more about everything that they're doing. Their website is, the links to everything that they're doing are in the video description. So thank you again, Brooke, for taking the time to talk to us about this community. And if you're new to the channel, please do take time to subscribe. It helps me out a ton. If you tap the notification bell, you find out when I drop new videos. I drop new videos every single week. And if you're interested in learning more about 55 plus communities and different communities that are available, I also did an interview with a tiny house community that's a new tiny house community for the 55 plus community. So you can check that video out after you watch this one as well too. So thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to think tiny. I'll see you guys in the next one.